Dear students, in this video we'll study about the microwave network theory. In this first one we'll study about the phase shifters. So a microwave phase shifter is a two-port device which produces a variable shift in phase of the incoming microwave signal. A lossless dielectric slab when placed inside a rectangular waveguide produces a phase shift. So now we can see in the diagram, this is a precision phase shifter. So here we can see here TE10 mode, and here also it is TE10 mode. After the conversion it will become into TE11 mode. So in this diagram we are having a three plates here, that is RA, RB and RC. So it is lambda by 4 plates, and this is lambda by 2 plate, and this one is lambda by 4 plates, and only the RB plate is a rotatable section, and these three plates are called as a dielectric plates. It consisting of a circular waveguide containing a lossless dielectric plate of length 2L called a half wave section. A section of rectangular to circular transition containing a lossless dielectric plate of length L called quarter wave section oriented at an angle of 45 degree to the border wall of the rectangular waveguide, and circular to rectangular transition containing a lossless dielectric plate of same wavelength at an angle of 45 degrees. So that we can see lambda by 4 plate and lambda by 4 plate. The incident TE10 mode becomes a TE11 mode in a circular waveguide section. The half wave section produces a phase shift equal to twice that produced by the quarter wave section. So the dielectric plates are tapered at, see, the dielectric plates are tapered at both the ends to reduce the reflection due to discontinuity. So now when the TE10 mode is propagated to the input rectangular waveguide of the rectangular to circular transition, then it is converted into TE11 in the circular waveguide section that already I showed in the diagram. So now after propagation through the plate, these components are given by, that is E1 is equal to EI cos 45 degree e to the power of j beta 2 into L equals E0 e to the power of j beta 1 L, and correspondingly E2 is equal to EI sin 45 degrees EJ B2L E0 e to the power of minus j B2L, and where the E0 output is equal to EI by root 2. The length IL is adjusted such that these two components, that is E1 and EZ, have equal amplitude but different in phase. So I can write it here, E1 as the formula e to the power of minus j B1 into L, and E2 is equal to E0 e to the power of j B1L minus 90 degrees. So E2 is equal to E0 e to the power of minus j B1L e to the power of j pi by 2. So I can write it as E0 is equal to E1 e to the power of j pi by 2. So the quarter wave sections convert a linearly polarized TE11 wave into a circularly polarized wave and vice versa. After emerging out from the half wave section, the electric field components parallel and perpendicular to the half wave plate are given by, so E3 is equal to E1 cos theta minus E2 sin theta e to the power of j2 beta 1 L, and here E1 cos theta minus E2 sin theta e to the power of minus j2 beta 1 L. So here E1 cos theta minus j sin theta e to the power of minus j 2 beta 1 into L, and then after the minimizing here it will be E1 e to the power of minus j theta e to the power of minus j 2 beta 1 L. So this is the answer. After substituting the value here, I'll get the answer like this. So the final value of E3 will be E0 e to the power of j theta e to the power of minus j B3 beta 1 L, adding these two. Then next E4 is E1 sin theta plus E2 sin theta e to the power of minus j2 beta 2 into L, and here E1 sin theta plus E1 e to the power of j pi by 2 cos theta. So because I am writing E2 in terms of E1 to the power of minus j2 beta 2 into L, and here in both the expression E1 is common, I take E1 is common, so sin theta j cos theta e to the power of minus j2 beta 2 into L. So here j E1 cos theta minus j sin theta e to the power of j2 beta L minus pi by 2. Now again I am writing here j E1 e to the power of minus j theta, and here the first term, and next term will multiply with the next term. So after this, next term is E1 e to the power of minus j theta e to the power of minus j2 beta 1 L plus j pi by 2 into e to the power of j pi. Since j is nothing but e to the power of j pi by 2, so that only we are replacing here. So now I'm replacing this E1 in terms of E 0. So therefore E 0 is equal to e to the power of minus j beta 1 L. So e to the remaining terms we am writing as such only. Then the final value of E4 is E 0 e to the power of minus j theta e to the power of minus j 3 beta 1 L e to the power of j 3 pi divided by 2. So after emerging out from the half-wave section, the field components of E3 and E4 as given by the equations may again be resolved into two TE11 modes, polarized parallel and perpendicular to the output quarter wave plate. So at the output end of this quarter wave plate, the field components parallel and perpendicular to the quarter wave plate by referring to the figure D can be expressed as E5 is equal to E 0 e to the power of minus j theta e to the power of minus j 3 beta 1 L cos theta plus E 0 e to the power of minus j theta e to the power of minus j 3 beta 1 L e to the power of j 3 pi by 2 sin theta e to the power of minus j beta 1 L. So again we need to find out the value of E5, E6, E6. So now yeah, E5 is E 0 to the power of minus j theta to the power of minus j theta to the power of minus j4 beta 1 L. And here also E5 value will be, so here we can see here minus j theta minus j theta. I can write it as e to the power of minus j 2 theta. Similarly, E6 value also we need to find. So E6 value is E 0 e to the power of minus j 2 theta e to the power of minus j 4 beta 1 L e to the power of j 2 pi. So e to the power of j 2 pi value is 1. So I can write E6 is equal to E 0 e to the power of minus j 2 theta to the power of minus j 4 beta 1 L. So by comparing both the equations, the components E5 and E6 are identical in magnitude and phase. So I can write it as E out is equal to square root of E5 square plus E6 square. This is root 2 E 0 to the power of j 2 theta to the power of minus j 4 beta 1 into L. So now we'll see the waveguides. So the waveguide T is formed when three waveguides are interconnected in the form of a English alphabet T. And thus the waveguide T is three-port section. So we'll study in this module the three-port section of a waveguide. The waveguide T's are used to connect a branch or section of the waveguide in series or parallel with the main waveguide transmission line, either for splitting or combining the power in a waveguide system. So there are basically two types of T's we'll study. So first one is H-plane T junction and the second one is E-plane T junction. The combination of these two T junction is called as a hybrid T or a magic T. So now we'll see in this the three port since the T junction has three ports, the S matrix is represented as a 3 cross 3 matrix. So suppose if we want to for the two port, if we study means it is S11, S12, S21 and S22. But here we are considering the T junction. The T is nothing but it will have a three ports. So it is S11, S12, S13 and S21, S22, S23 and one is S31, S32 and S33.